Real Madrid. Real Madrid entered the 2000 Champions League final as one of Europe's strongest teams. They had a squad full of experienced players like Raúl, Roberto Carlos, Casillas, and Fernando Morientes, who were known for their goal scoring and general abilities. The team was coached by Vicente Del Bosque, who focused on solid defense and quick attacks. The final was played against Valencia, another top Spanish club, making it a highly competitive match. In the end, Real Madrid won the game 3-0, securing their 8th European Cup and ending a 32-year wait for the title. Bayern Munich. Bayern Munich came into the 2001 Champions League final with a strong and disciplined team. Their defense was one of the best in Europe, led by players like Oliver Kahn, who was the goalkeeper and captain. Bayern faced Valencia again in the final, making it a rematch of the previous year's all-Spanish final. The match was very close and intense, but Bayern managed to win 5-4 on penalties after a 1-1 draw in regular and extra time. This victory gave Bayern their 4th European Cup and was a big moment for German football. Real Madrid. Real Madrid entered the 2002 Champions League final with a team full of skill and experience. They had stars like Zinedine Zidane, Roberto Carlos, and Raúl, who were known for their creativity and scoring. The final was against Bayer Leverkusen, a strong German side that surprised many by reaching this stage. The match is famous for Zidane's incredible left-footed volley, which helped Real Madrid win 2-1. This victory gave Real Madrid their 9th European Cup and added to their reputation as one of the greatest clubs in football history. AC Milan came into the 2003 Champions League final with a team full of world-class players. Legends like Paolo Maldini, Andriy Shevchenko, and Clarence Seedorf played key roles. They faced Juventus, their Italian rivals, in a final that was tight and competitive. The match ended 0-0 after extra time, leading to a penalty shootout. AC Milan won 3-2 on penalties, securing their 6th European Cup and showing their strength against a big rival, proving they were the true champions of Europe. Porto entered the 2004 Champions League final as underdogs. Coached by José Mourinho, they weren't among the favorites, but displayed strong teamwork and smart tactics throughout the tournament. Facing AS Monaco, another surprise finalist, Porto dominated the match with disciplined defense and quick counter-attacks. Carlos Alberto opened the scoring, Deco added a second, and Dmitry Alenichev sealed the 3-0 win. Porto's 2nd European Cup not only shocked many but also marked Mourinho's rise as one of football's top managers. Liverpool. Liverpool's 2005 Champions League journey was unforgettable. Coached by Rafael Benitez, they reached the final against AC Milan in Istanbul. The match seemed over by half-time, with the Milan leading 3-0. But in the second half, Liverpool mounted one of the greatest comebacks in football history, scoring 3 goals in just 6 minutes through Steven Gerrard, Vladimir Smicer, and Xabi Alonso. After extra time, Liverpool triumphed 3-2 on penalties. This win secured Liverpool's 5th European Cup and became known as the Miracle of Istanbul. Barcelona. Barcelona's 2006 Champions League win was just their 2nd European Cup. Coached by Frank Rijkaard and inspired by Ronaldinho, they faced Arsenal in the final in Paris. Arsenal took an early lead through Sol Campbell, but a red card for goalkeeper Jens Lehmann gave Barcelona an advantage. Late in the second half, Samuel Eto'o equalized and substitute Giuliano Belletti scored the winner. Barcelona triumphed 2-1, showcasing their attacking flair and resilience and marking the rise of a new era for the club. Milan. AC Milan's 2007 Champions League victory was a story of redemption. 2 years after their heartbreak in Istanbul, they faced Liverpool again in the final, this time in Athens. Filippo Inzaghi was the hero, scoring twice to give Milan a 2-1 win. Liverpool's Dirk Kuyt pulled one back late on, but it wasn't enough. This triumph gave Milan their seventh European Cup, cementing their status as one of Europe's most successful clubs and providing sweet revenge for the dramatic loss in 2005. Manchester United. Manchester United's 2008 Champions League win came in a tense final against Chelsea in Moscow. Coached by Sir Alex Ferguson, United took the lead through Cristiano Ronaldo's header, but Chelsea's Frank Lampard equalized before halftime. The match remained 1-1 after extra time and was decided by penalties. John Terry famously missed a decisive spot kick for Chelsea, slipping as he shot, and Edwin van der Sar saved Nicolas Anelka's attempt to seal victory. United's triumph marked their third European Cup and highlighted Ronaldo's rise as a world-class player. Barcelona. Barcelona's 2009 Champions League win was the beginning of their golden era under Pep Guardiola. In the final in Rome, they faced defending champions Manchester United. Despite United's strong start, Samuel Eto'o's early goal gave Barcelona the lead. Lionel Messi added a second with a brilliant header, capping an outstanding performance. Barcelona's 2-0 victory marked their third European Cup and showcased their signature tiki-taka style of play. This win established Messi as one of the world's best players. Inter Milan entered the 2010 Champions League final as underdogs against Bayern Munich. Coached by José Mourinho, the Italian side relied on tactical discipline and a strong defensive setup to counter Bayern's attacking style. The match, played in Madrid, saw Diego Milito emerge as the hero, scoring both goals in a clinical 2-0 victory. This win secured Inter's third European Cup and was Mourinho's second Champions League triumph as a manager, solidifying his reputation for masterful strategy and success on Europe's biggest stage. Barcelona. Barcelona's 2011 Champions League win is widely remembered as one of the greatest final performances. Coached by Pep Guardiola, they faced Manchester United again at Wembley in a rematch of the 2009 final. United started strong, but Barcelona's passing game soon took control. Goals from Pedro, Lionel Messi, and David Villa secured a 3-1 victory, with Wayne Rooney scoring for United. This win marked Barcelona's fourth European Cup and showcased Guardiola's brilliant tiki-taka football, with Messi cementing his status as the best player in the world. Lionel Messi is also the only player in the history to get a 10 out of 10 rating in a UEFA Champions League final. Chelsea. Chelsea's 2012 Champions League triumph was one of the most dramatic in history. Facing Bayern Munich in the final at the Allianz Arena, Chelsea were heavy underdogs. Bayern dominated for much of the game and took a late lead, but Didier Drogba equalized with a powerful header. The match went to penalties after extra time, where Petr Cech made crucial saves and Drogba scored the decisive spot kick. Chelsea won 4-3 on penalties, claiming their first ever European Cup and completing a fairy tale run led by interim manager Roberto Di Matteo. Bayern Munich. Bayern Munich's 2013 Champions League victory marked the end of years of near misses. After losing 2 finals in 3 years, they finally triumphed at Wembley in an all-German final against Borussia Dortmund. The match was tightly contested, with both sides creating chances. Mario Mandzukic opened the scoring, Ilkay Gundogan equalized from the spot, but Arjen Robben netted a late winner to seal a 2-1 victory. It was Bayern's 5th European Cup and part of a historic treble, alongside the Bundesliga and DFB Pokal titles under Jupp Heynckes. Real Madrid. Real Madrid's 2014 Champions League win was their long-awaited La Decima, a record 10th European Cup. They faced city rivals Atletico Madrid in a tense final in Lisbon. Atletico led for most of the match, but Sergio Ramos scored a dramatic equalizer in the 93rd minute. In extra time, Real took control with goals from Bale, Marcelo and Ronaldo, sealing a 4-1 win. It was Carlo Ancelotti's third Champions League title as a manager and the start of a dominant era for Real in European football. Barcelona's 2015 Champions League win completed a brilliant treble under manager Luis Enrique. In the final in Berlin, they faced Juventus, who were also chasing a treble. Barcelona started quickly with an early goal from Ivan Rakitic, but Alvaro Morata equalized for Juventus. Barca regained control through Luis Suarez and sealed the 3-1 win with a late goal from Neymar. This was their fifth European Cup and showcased the devastating MSN trio Messi, Suarez and Neymar at their peak. Real Madrid's 2016 Champions League triumph marked the start of their historic three-peat under Zinedine Zidane. In a repeat of the 2014 final, they faced Atletico Madrid once again. Sergio Ramos opened the scoring, but Atletico equalized through Yannick Carrasco, taking the match to extra time and then penalties. Real held their nerve in the shootout, winning 5-3 after Juanfran struck the post and Cristiano Ronaldo buried the decisive penalty. It was Real's 11th European Cup, and Zidane's first season as manager ended in European glory. Real Madrid made history in 2017 by becoming the first club to retain the Champions League in the modern era. In the final in Cardiff, they faced a strong Juventus side. The match started evenly, with Cristiano Ronaldo and Mario Mandzukic exchanging goals, the latter scoring a stunning overhead kick. But Madrid took control in the second half, with Casemiro, Ronaldo again, and Marco Asensio sealing a dominant 4-1 win. It was Real's 12th European Cup and further cemented their dominance under Zidane's leadership. Real Madrid secured their third consecutive Champions League title in 2018, defeating Liverpool 3-1 in Kyiv. The final was marked by dramatic moments, including Mohamed Salah's early injury and two costly mistakes by Liverpool goalkeeper Loris Karius. Karim Benzema opened the scoring, Sadio Mane equalized, but Gareth Bale stole the spotlight with a spectacular overhead kick and another long-range strike. It was Real's 13th European Cup and Zidane's third in as many years, capping off one of the most dominant eras in Champions League history. Liverpool won their 6th European Cup in 2019, bouncing back from heartbreak the year before. After losing the 2018 final to Real Madrid, Jurgen Klopp's side returned stronger. They faced Tottenham Hotspur in an all-English final in Madrid. Mohamed Salah scored a second-minute penalty after a handball, giving Liverpool an early lead. The match remained tight until Divock Origi's late strike sealed a 2-0 win. It was Klopp's first Champions League title and marked Liverpool's return to the top of European football. Bayern Munich claimed their 6th European Cup in 2020, completing a flawless Champions League campaign. Under Hansi Flick, they won every match in the tournament, a rare feat. The final, played behind closed doors in Lisbon due to the COVID-19 pandemic, saw Bayern face Paris Saint-Germain. In a tight match, Kingsley Coman scored the only goal with a header against his former club. Bayern's high-pressing, attacking style overwhelmed opponents throughout the tournament, and the win capped off a historic treble for the German giants. Chelsea won their second Champions League title in 2021 with a disciplined and tactical performance under Thomas Tuchel. Facing Manchester City in an all-English final in Porto, Chelsea frustrated City's attack and struck just before half-time through Kai Havertz, who calmly finished after a brilliant pass from Mason Mount. Despite heavy pressure in the second half, Chelsea's defense held firm. The 1-0 victory was Tuchel's first major trophy with the club and a remarkable turnaround, having only taken charge midway through the season. Real Madrid's 2022 Champions League triumph was built on resilience and big moments. Managed by Carlo Ancelotti, they survived dramatic knockout ties against PSG, Chelsea, and Manchester City, pulling off multiple comebacks. In the final in Paris, they faced Liverpool, who dominated much of the game, but Madrid's experience showed. Vinicius Jr. scored the only goal, and Thibaut Courtois delivered a man-of-the-match performance with several crucial saves. The 1-0 win gave Madrid their 14th European Cup and made Ancelotti the first manager to win 4. Manchester City finally won their first Champions League title in 2023, completing a historic treble under Pep Guardiola. After years of near misses, City reached the final in Istanbul against Inter Milan. It was a tight tactical match, with a few clear chances. The breakthrough came in the second half, when Rodri calmly slotted in the winner. City held on for a 1-0 victory, sealing the club's greatest ever season. It was also Guardiola's third Champions League title as a manager and his first since 2011. Real Madrid secured their record-extending 15th European Cup by defeating Borussia Dortmund 2-0 in the 2024 final at Wembley. Dani Carvajal's header from a cross corner broke the deadlock, and Vinicius Jr. sealed the win late on. Despite Dortmund's early dominance and missed chances, Madrid's experience and clinical finishing made the difference. This victory also marked a milestone for manager Carlo Ancelotti, who became the first coach to win the Champions League 5 times, cementing his legacy in European football. Paris Saint-Germain made history by winning their first Champions League title in 2025 with an emphatic 5-0 win over Inter Milan at the Allianz Arena. Led by star winger Désiré Doué, who scored twice and assisted once, PSG dominated the final with flair and clinical finishing. This victory completed a historic continental treble for the club, having already secured the Ligue 1 and the Coupe de France. PSG's attacking brilliance and solid team performance marked their arrival among Europe's elite. Oli